talked about Skip and Will. And we said, is it more positive or more negative? Right? And we said that at first we think it's pretty negative because he puts the Scotch tape in his head and it says that he has teased him for a while. He tied him to a chair and a hamper and all this. But also, we read that when he pulled the Scotch tape out of his head, he did it gently, and only a few of Will's hairs were yanked out of his head. Right? So we saw that there's more negative than positive, but we were weighing those things. Right? So this issue arises, we weigh the positive and negative sides. Okay? And we thought about looking at the way that the characters interact and adding to our list of do and don'ts for ways to work towards more positive relationships in our own lives. Because part of the goal of this unit is that by analyzing relationships and issues in these texts, our list of ways we should act and ways we shouldn't act grows. And we become better people. Right? Just another reason to read more. Right? Today we're going to take that idea a little further. And we're going to think about the situation where somebody might say, there are two sides to every story. Have you ever heard that? Maybe there's an expression in Korean, like, let's say, Chloe, Jeannie comes to you and she's telling you something that happened at lunch, and this person did this. Now, you could just rush to judgment, or you could try to listen to the other side of the story. Right? So we say there are two sides to every story. Right? So there's, let's say, it's James and Sejong. There's James's version of the story and Sejong's version of the story. And they may not be the same. Okay? So when you guys, you have arguments with each other and little fights here and there, you go talk to the principal or Mr. Barringer or Ms. Nada, everybody tells their side of the story. Right? Now, as readers, okay, to get the most out of these texts and to really analyze these relationships, we've got to ask the same question. We've got to make sure we're doing the same thing. We have to measure how much each character is responsible for the issue at hand. Okay? So we're going to practice that quickly. And let's see, Logan, you're going from Logan and over, you're going to be number one. Okay? So we're going to watch a trailer to a movie trailer here to the movie Inside Out. Okay? And this group over here, you're going to think about how the daughter helps cause the trouble that we see in the trailer. All right, so the question for group one, right, group one, that's everyone over here. How does the daughter help to cause the problem or the trouble? Okay, and this side, Mark, Lauren, Chloe, this group here, how does the dad help cause the problem? Okay? So we got group two here on this side, group one. All right, y'all see that? Over here, what's dad do? How is dad responsible for the problem? Over here, how is the daughter? So here we go. Pay close attention.
So, how was the first day of school?
It was fine, I guess. I don't know. Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Did you guys pick up on that?
Sure did.
Something's wrong. We're gonna find out what's happening, but we'll need support. Signal the husband.
Uh-oh, she's looking at us. What did she say?
What? Oh, sorry, sir. No one was listening.
Is it garbage night? We left the toilet seat up. What? What is it, woman? What?
Signal him again.
So, Riley, how was school?
For this, we gave up that Brazilian helicopter pilot?
Now, before I let this continue, we see that we've got two parents talking to their daughter about first day of school. I want to remind you that when we do this kind of analysis and we're seeing how much a character contributes to a problem, we're looking at actions, reactions, and also, I think the most important, inaction. Inaction, right? So something a person does or they don't do. Right? Something that a person doesn't do. Okay? Or the way they react to someone else. So I'm going to let it keep going. You can take notes if you want in your notebook as you watch. What is the person doing or not doing that contributes to the problem?
School was great, all right?
What was that? I thought you said we were gonna act casual.
Riley, is everything okay?
Sir, she just rolled her eyes at us.
All right, make a show of force. I don't have to put the foot down.
No, not the foot.
Riley, I do not like this new attitude.
Oh, I'll show you attitude.
No, breathe.
What is your problem? Just leave me alone.
Sir, reporting high levels of sass.
Take it to DEFCON 2.
DEFCON 2.
I don't know where this disrespectful attitude came from. You want a piece of this, Pops?
Yeah? Well,
Prepare the foot.
Keys to safety position. Ready to launch on your command, sir.
just shut up!
Fire! That's it. Go to your room.
Foot is down. The foot is down.
Good job, gentlemen. That could have been a disaster.
Well, that was a disaster.
Now, turn and talk. How is your person responsible for this argument, for this fight? Turn and talk. What did you say there, How do they make the note and run? All right, so what I heard, is that the daughter is disrespectful. Okay, that is one way to answer this, but I'd like you to try to be more specific. Like, what is it specifically that she does that contributes to this argument? You say she's disrespectful. How is she disrespectful? Can someone over here answer that? How might we say she's disrespectful? One thing could be like the tone of her voice. Right? It's disrespectful to talk to your parents like you're talking to your best friend. Right? With that tone in her voice. Right? You can tell she's angry. And she raises her voice to her parents. Right? We could say that's disrespectful. So how is the father responsible for this argument? Ava.
He should have tried to answer the non-understanding kind way instead of bursting out.
Okay, so he could have answered in a more kind way, in a kinder way. So the dad, you see, he went from not paying attention to getting real mad real fast. So we would say that he contributed to this argument by not listening. So that would be like inaction. He should be listening to his daughter talk about her day, but he's thinking about hockey. Right? So what we're doing, okay, we are analyzing the characters involved in this issue and looking for ways that they contribute to the problem. Now, it's important that we look at all sides because our tendency is to ignore the negative things, the negative behaviors of characters we like. Okay? So like when your best friend may have done something wrong, and they come to you and they tell you about it, and they tell you what the other person did, your best friend might be wrong. Your best friend might be the one who is more responsible for the problem. But because they're your best friend, you're not paying attention to the other side. Right? So it's almost like your vision is clouded by the friendship. Okay? We need to make sure this doesn't happen when we read. Okay? So we're going to practice. I'm going to read you a part of the story from yesterday. It's a part I've read to you before, and I want you to do the same thing. Okay? You are going to figure out who's responsible, how much each character is responsible. This time we're not going to split the class in half. This time we're going to have a partner one. Okay, so with your partners, somebody figure out who's partner one. Quickly. So partner ones, raise your hand.
No, your turn.
Okay, partner one, as I read, as we think back on this story, your job's to explain how Will is responsible, or how Will might be responsible for the issue that he's having with Skip. Partner two, your job is to figure out how Skip is responsible for the problem. Okay, so same thing now, we're just doing it with characters from our story, not from inside out. Okay? So let's see. Here we go. I was sitting at my desk in my bedroom practicing my signature when my brother came in and asked if I wanted to throw the ball around or shoot baskets. No, I said. So he looked over my shoulder at my signatures and went into the bathroom for a few seconds. Came out, went to his own desk, unraveled an entire roll of Scotch tape, and stuck it on my head. Naturally, I was outraged. "What'd you do that for?" I asked. It was a stupid question, because I knew very well why he had done it. He had done it for the same reason he had stuffed me in the laundry hamper and tied me to a chair with my best ties. He had done it because he was 14 and had the great fortune to be blessed with a little brother he could bedevil at will. All right. So, take a moment now and think. How's partner one? What did Will do that may have caused this issue? Partner two, you're thinking, what did Skip do to cause this issue? Okay, take 20 seconds. Think to yourself. Okay. Turn and talk. Tell each other how each character is responsible for the current issue.
Well, maybe like we could have answered a little bit more like I don't have time right now, or like I feel like it instead of just straight up rejecting. Somewhere I can say what we just said.
Okay. Now, first, good job turning and talking. Okay, I heard everybody talking, everybody sharing their ideas. What I heard about from partners number one, Will, how might Will be responsible? Okay, I heard James say that the way he answered his brother was kind of rude, right? Just short answer, right? No. No, right? But it seems odd to me. One thing we can think of is, imagine you are Skip. You're the older brother. You're in 9th grade. You got a 4th grade brother. Now, usually it's like the 4th grader trying to do everything the 9th grader does. That's how siblings work with a younger and older brother. The little one wants to follow the older one. But in this situation, okay, that might be what Skip is expecting. And Skip's expecting his brother to be like, okay, let's go. What do you want me to do? You want me to run around the block 100 times? Okay. Right, maybe that's what Skip's expecting. But he just gets that short answer from Will. He may be upset about that. Maybe Will could have said, no, I have homework to do, or no, I have to practice my signature for this reason. We don't know. Okay. How is Skip responsible? Well, it's clear that Skip has teased his little brother plenty of times before. We learn about the hamper, we learn about the chair, and also the Scotch tape that is in Will's head. Okay? So, when you go back to your desks today, and you're thinking about these relationships that your partners are, your characters are experiencing, okay? We need to follow what's up on the board. Okay? We weigh the relationship. Is it more positive? Is it more negative? When an issue arises, we have to look at each character and identify how responsible they are. Okay? And we have to do this without bias. So if we like a character more than another, we don't take their side, okay, as a reader. Okay, we can have feelings for the character, but when we read and when we analyze these relationships, we want to look at it clearly, without leaning one way or the other. We want to be fair in our analysis of these relationships. Okay, so as you get back, begin reading. Notebooks out. Today, who was on the carpet and couch yesterday?